everything. Let me at least get to the stage for you. Facebook and YouTube. I still had music playing while I was talking. What's going? Appreciate you, Stella. I appreciate that. Ladies on TikTok, y'all keep on listening on TikTok when you come in. Make sure that you're grabbing your daily heart meat, tapping the screen, and also make sure that you're sharing this thing out, letting people know that we are live even on Memorial Day. I want to thank you all for all of you that have messaged me and thanking me for my service. And I want to thank all veterans on here. No matter if you serve one day, I appreciate the sacrifice that it takes for anyone to decide to volunteer and join the military. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I see y'all on Facebook. What's up, Brother McKnight? Hey, Brother McKnight, I ain't forgot about you, man. We're going to do that men's thing. Right now, I've only had probably 3 guys, including yourself, brother. So don't worry about it. I need at least 2 more guys. And once we do that, we are definitely going to have our men's panel for everyone. What's up, Lolo, on Facebook from Virginia? I appreciate you joining tonight, sister. TikTok, again, as y'all come in, please continue to tap the screen and share this thing out. It has been a phenomenal week. Where I'm almost at, I guess I'm at a little over 81,000 followers on TikTok. It's growing rapidly. On Facebook, I'm at about 76,000 followers. It's growing as well. And YouTube is growing. And if you're not following me on YouTube, you want to go ahead and start, because we're only a couple weeks out for me to start the podcast. And the podcast will be streamed on the regular. And I will give you guys all the information you need in order to enjoy the podcast. Remember, we're calling them quickies with Louis V. And the only reason that is because, again, most podcasts could be 45 minutes to an hour. You know, I'm probably going to be right around the 30-minute. No games on TikTok. It's not just for men, but the panel is going to be men. I want to have a panel for men because I want you all, a lot of the questions that you have for me, it'd be great because I want you to hear the perspective of other men. And so, no, I will let you all know when we are ready to go, when I get with these brothers. And when I say brothers, I don't just mean men of the African-American side of the family. I mean any man that's okay with having a conversation out loud on social media. I'm looking for some guys that's, you know, got some nuts about them, that's okay with having real conversation like I do. So anyway, I see y'all on Facebook. Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming in. And those on YouTube as well. What's going on? Lolita, I appreciate you. TikTok, you said it'd be interesting to hear those thoughts. Absolutely. I think it'd be great to hear thoughts of men from different perspectives and different walks of life. I know you ladies always have a lot of questions that you would love to get input from men. So what I'll do is, as I get ready to have that panel, I will make sure that you all know that it's going to be a men's panel that we're going to have, and that get your questions together. I'm going to have some questions. Of course, I'll manage the stump. Hit me up, message me. Yeah, I would love to have you all have your questions together. So I'll give you guys a good heads up, and I appreciate that. Thank y'all for Facebook for continuing to join. Make sure you all too let people know that we are live, that we go live every Monday night at 7 p.m. CST. And we wide open. I do my best, David G. I appreciate you. Listen, any men that are listening right now, my brother from another mother, Brother McKnight, he actually said that he's definitely he's willing to be part of the panel. Any men that are okay now with speaking, I can't have you on here if you're scared to talk. Okay with speaking or what have you, then I need you to let me know. I need you to message me directly. If you're on TikTok, message me directly after the live. For those of you on Facebook and follow me on YouTube, I want you to message me directly. If you're interested and you're a man and you're interested in being part of a panel discussion, we're going to go live. We're probably going to do it on a Sunday evening, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it popping. Okay. All right. So listen, here we go. It is 7:06 and we're going to go ahead and get started on our discussion for this evening. All right. For those of you on TikTok, I want you to keep tapping the screen and keep sharing it out. What's up, bro? I want you to keep sharing it out so people know that we are live. Here we go. You know, I get this question so many times when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships. And even when we're on live, I get a lot of you that ask me the question, right, about dating. And it's whether you've been single for a while, right? And you hadn't had a chance to date, or you're coming out of a bad relationship. You're divorced, you come out a heavy relationship and you're hurt. Listen, I actually want you to know. So tonight, I get this question all the time. When should you start back dating? When should you look to date? What are the signs you need to be looking for that is that you're ready to start dating? But I actually want to take it a step further this evening. A lot of times we like to use the word partner and person interchangeably a lot. People say I'm dating, I'm looking for a partner. Some people say I'm looking for a person. And we use them synonymously. And if you know anything about me, I always try to make sure that we have the right definition and understanding of how we're moving forward when it comes to our relationships. So here's what I want to talk about tonight, right? I want to know, are you looking to date a partner, or are you looking to date your person? Some of y'all are actually out here, you're dating for comfort. Why are you claiming that you want a real connection? You say you want a partner, but you're choosing people in your life based on convenience, loneliness, money, looks, attention, or whoever tends to text you back fast enough to soothe your anxiety. Tonight, the real question is, are you looking for a partner, or are you looking for your person? Because they both are not the same thing, right? Here's what I want to do. I got a few talking points, and then I'm going to get into these questions. So I want you to be thinking about it, because I see some of you already saying, I'm definitely looking for my person. I'm definitely looking for my person. Once I finish defining them, I want you to reevaluate where you are, because a partner can help you build. They actually can align with your lifestyle. Y'all function well together, right? You're paying bills, you take trips, your pictures look good. In essence, the relationship looks like it works. But emotionally, spiritually, mentally, you may still feel alone in that relationship. Now, your person is deeper than chemistry. It's deeper than attraction. It's deeper than convenience. Your person actually naturally feels emotionally safe for you. You can actually breathe around them. You don't have to feel like you constantly are performing, and you don't feel just seen, right? You don't feel just tolerated. It's more. Your person doesn't just fit your schedule, they tend to fit your soul. So here's my question, right? With those talking points in mind, what's the difference between a good partner and your person? Think about it for me for a minute. TikTok, keep tapping the screen, keep sharing it out live. Tell me in your thoughts, right? What's the difference between a good partner and your person? What do you think that is? I'd love to hear your thoughts, because a lot of you all said your person. So tell me, what do you believe is the difference between your partner versus your person? Anybody can jump in there anytime. Facebook, YouTube, y'all jump in there. Malika, you said, so what's the middle of those two? Malika, I don't know. You tell me. I think it should be either or. Okay, somebody said, how far are they willing to go? Somebody said, can someone be both? So let me ask you this. Let me say this. If you're looking for someone that you're emotionally and spiritually can be connected with, your person, right? They will automatically be your partner. But some people are really just looking for a partner, as I explained earlier, right? Somebody said partner sounds like a business connection. I would agree. Sean, yes, you can have both. Your person, though, should automatically be your partner. They'll help you do all those things. But see, the difference between your person and your partner is your person is going to expose you to some things that you may not be comfortable with, because your person is going to make you look in the mirror a lot more than your partner would. Your partner is not so necessarily concerned about your emotional well-being. Y'all just look good together. Y'all work well together. Y'all can build together when it comes to a partner. But your person is going to force you to do some reflection, that you may not necessarily be comfortable with, but in the long term, it's the best thing. So Melissa says she had some pay the bills. You work, pay for vacation, not your partner nor person. All right. So listen, here we go. So y'all are answering to me what you think. Somebody say your person is committed, your partner is not. Les says your person challenges you for the best. Absolutely right, Les. That's right. That's what your person does, right? And I want to make sure you all understand the difference, because a lot of people are literally using the words interchangeably, and they are not. Let me ask you this. Have you ever dated somebody that actually looked good on paper, but it felt wrong to you in your spirit? Answer that question for me. Have you ever dated someone that looked extremely good on paper, but it felt wrong in your spirit? There was something that was not there that should have been when it comes to you expecting from your person. Somebody said your partner is more of a companion, but your person is more of a commitment. Cynthia, I actually love that definition, sister. Thank you so much on Facebook, right? So I see a lot of people have actually dated somebody that looked good on paper, right? But they didn't feel good in your spirit. And that's what I'm talking about. That person would have been a great partner to you. Y'all could have paid bills. You could have traveled together. You could have done a lot of things. But right, you're not, Lady J, you're not spiritually connected. They're not concerned about your emotions. Some people say, yes, they tried to force it. Desi on Facebook, did that work for you? My next question is, so have you ever confused chemistry with compatibility? Now we're going to start digging into it. Have you ever confused chemistry with compatibility? Thank y'all for that, Leland Cosmic Squirrel. Have you ever confused chemistry with compatibility? Right? That goes right back. Nope. Desi said, nope, it did not work. Dodie Lee said that's God's protection. There you go. So that's what I'm talking about, guys, is that your person, you will feel chemically, you'll feel that chemistry with that person, right? And it's easy to get confused with that because you think you're compatible with somebody. Do you believe that everybody has a person? Do you believe everybody has that one person that they can connect with, that they can emotionally connect with, that they can work with, that they can move forward with, that they not only can build with, but they can exist with? Do you believe that there is a person out there for everyone? Shirley said no. Tamila said yes at a younger age. Okay. I'm seeing yes on TikTok. Okay. I'm seeing yes. Margaret said yes. Janice said on Facebook she does believe that. And I actually believe that no matter where you are in the age bracket, that there is a person that you can connect with like no other. Do you believe, what matters more to you right now? Is it overall peace or is it excitement? When you think about the person you want to be connected to, are you more concerned about peace in the relationship, or is it that you're one of those people that you like the excitement of it? I'm seeing peace. Okay, I'm seeing peace on TikTok. I might see it on Facebook and YouTube. Right? Okay. That's right. See, Ula says she loved the person thing. She had somebody that completely understood. I'm seeing peace. Peace. Donna, you say you've been waiting 26 years. I got you. We're going to talk about that. I see both. Somebody said they want a combination. They love the peace. Michelle said peace times 3. Peace, peace, peace. Peace means a lot. So have you think about your dating priorities, right? No matter where you are right now in the grand scheme of things, you think about your dating priorities. Have they tend to change? Have they started to change with age and experience? They should have, but not everybody has. I think you'd be surprised how many people I talk to that's been out for some years, been 30, 40 years, and they say they still are looking for the same thing, and they still think about dating in the same way. It should progress as you get older, as you've had more experiences, right? Your experiences are what teach you. Your experiences are what you learn from, and then you move on to bigger and better things. So here's the thing. So too many people actually date for survival, right? Most people, unfortunately, are dating from loneliness, fear, trauma, bills, validation. Some people are dating because they're just sexually frustrated. Some people are dating because they're feeling social pressure to date and they're not ready. Some people don't want love, they actually just want relief. And that actually changes the way you choose. If all you're thinking about is relief because you want somebody to just fill your space, you'll choose anybody because anybody will do. And you end up a lot of times blocking your blessing because you're in such a hurry to fill that space. Because when you're emotionally starving, almost anybody can look like a full course meal, right? So here's my questions as I lead into this piece. Have you ever stayed with somebody because you didn't want to start over? I'm going to say again. Have you ever stayed with somebody because you did not want to start over? Because remember, I just said some people want to fill that space and they're so worried about that space being empty. They'll stay with somebody. And I see a lot of y'all admitting, and I love it. Thank y'all so much for being honest, right? Being transparent. I see, yes, Leah said when she was younger. I see some people saying no. Like she said she ain't never did it. Somebody said, yes, they did, but they finally left. I see, hell no. Key King on Facebook said she did and she regretted that decision. I got you. Somebody said, yep, they were married to him. Michelle said she sure did, and she filed for divorce. Somebody said they in that situation right now. I hear what y'all saying. Listen, somebody said on Sister Brown Eyes on Facebook. She said, yep, and it cost her dearly, and now she's trying to rebuild her life. That's all right, Sister Brown Eyes. You're going to get it. All right. So listen, how many people date? And think about this in this day and age. How many people actually date because they truly want companionship versus feeling lonely? Think about this. There are people out here. And, and we keep talking about the dating pool, but you got to think about the reasons why people are actually out here dating. How many people have you run into that truly want companionship versus just feeling lonely, right? Have you in any relationship, here's my question. Have you ever ignored red flags? And we bring this up a lot, but I'm always interested to see you ignore some red flags because you needed emotional comfort. You just needed emotional comfort. Have you ignored some things that you know good and damn well you would not otherwise accept in the first place? And yet you still connected with that person regardless? Thank y'all for being honest. I see yes, definitely yes. Somebody said too many times. Yolanda on Facebook, she said too many damn times. There you go, Cynthia. She said she alone, but she ain't lonely. She looking for something real, not desperate. That's right. Somebody said they have a 3-year imagination ship with somebody. Okay, I got you. So think about this. When y'all think about relationships, and I know it implies to none of y'all on here, but what are some unhealthy reasons that people choose relationships in the first place? I want y'all to think about this. I know it's not y'all, but what are some unhealthy reasons that people tend to choose a relationship? Somebody, that Case Sassy said financial security on TikTok. I see loneliness, fear of being alone. I see a lot of that. Somebody said addiction. Tara on TikTok. I see you. Natasha, I see you on YouTube. Loneliness, right? Think about it. May say age factor. That's true. You have some people that are getting older and they automatically are more concerned about being alone, right? At that age. And so they go ahead and choose a relationship. I see validation, societal expectations. I see that a lot. A lot of people feel pressured because society is saying, girl, you're supposed to be with somebody. Girl, you need a man. Dude, you need to have a woman in your life. Somebody said just to have children, right? Loneliness, financial support, sex, brokenness, people pleasing. Chim Cherie on Facebook. I see you. Trauma. Michelle Goodwin. I see trauma. Financial security, money. Cloud said for the children's sake on Facebook. Social pressure. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. So is loneliness, if you think about today's time and frame, and there's a lot of you on here that I see a lot of times that say, hey, I haven't dated in some years, right? Is loneliness starting to make dating worse, in your opinion? Does loneliness make dating worse for people, in your opinion, in this day and age? Do you think it's starting to hurt the dating pool itself? Somebody said no. No, I'm seeing no on TikTok. Somebody said yes, it does. Yep, TikTok. Y'all keep tapping the screen and keep sharing it for me. Facebook, I see yes, yes. So that's what I'm saying. So when you think about unhealthy reasons and why people actually date in the first place, right? You think about the unhealthy reasons why people date, all of the reasons that you all date, all that you all named, and you have people out here that are lonely, right? And they'll date anybody just so they can have somebody. Can a relationship then, if you think about that in its totality, right? If people are dating for the wrong reasons because they just want to be connected, right? Can a relationship that's built from desperation be healthy in the first place? Think about that. If you're out here dating for the wrong reason, you're dating because you're lonely, you want to be somebody's plus one, you need financial security, you're worried about your age, can that relationship ever become healthy? Absolutely not, from Stella. McKnight said nope, nope, and nope. I'm seeing Shirley on Facebook. She said no. Michael Gasson said no. Joyce on Facebook, she said no, right? No, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Then like you said, that's a big mistake. You lacking the mentality. Absolutely. Well, Bomb Pop said yes. Bomb Pop, tell me if you connect with somebody just because of money, and if all of a sudden they no longer provide that money, tell me how that relationship can become healthy. If you say yes, when people, if they get into a relationship for the wrong reason, and all of a sudden that reason is taken away, tell me how that can turn into a healthy relationship. Bomb Pop on TikTok. Somebody says it can't. It can't. It's crazy. I'm not on financial dating. Is just not. I got you, Klaus. I got you. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, user. You said it has to have a solid foundation. Oh, Bomb Pop said wrong. She's sorry. It can't. Absolutely. No need to apologize, sister. I'm just trying to make sure that we all on the same page, right? Because that won't work. That can't work because you got into it for the wrong reason in the first place. So you have no foundation and you have no legs to stand on, right? So let's go into the next one. So are you looking for compatibility or possession? It's going to be good. So some people don't want a connection. There are some people that get into relationships because they want ownership. They want access. They want control, consistency. They want the benefits, emotional labor. But that's not true intimacy in a relationship, right? A real relationship is not I own you. It's I choose you consistently and on a regular basis. So when you think about that, when people get into relationships because of ownership, here's my question, grown folks question. What's the difference between love and possession? Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Dr. Lindor. What's the difference between love and possession? Somebody said narcissistic behavior. Compatibility. I see control. Tiff said control on TikTok. Bam Bam said compatible. Compatibility on Facebook. Right. Tell me, what's the difference between love and possession? Not ownership. Pastor said, I got you. It's a fine line. Yolanda said it's a fine line. What's the difference between love and compassion? I see reciprocity on TikTok. Klaus said possession is smothering on Facebook. Makai says some just love the idea of you. Makai, you already know what. You sure know what to say. Love with the abusive behavior, Carol said on TikTok. That's right. Quiet Storm said love cares. Georgia Peach says control. You better know it. Compassion can be felt. No, not compassion. I said love and possession. Possession is controlling, right? Love feels right. Possession is ownership. Shirley said, you're right. Like I said, some people are looking at these relationships because they want ownership. That's what they want. They want ownership of you. They need to control you, right? Klaus on Facebook said love is compromise. Esther, there are different levels of love, but are you saying that you believe possession is a level of love? I'd love to know what you think. Somebody say love is free on TikTok. Love is a choice. Possession is control. Ms. Char, thank you so much. Have you ever felt emotionally controlled in a relationship? Talk to me, grown folks. Oh, you see, he was right, compassion. I got you. Have you ever felt emotionally controlled in a relationship? Have you all? Have you ever felt like somebody controlled you in a relationship? And it's okay. Y'all know we're not on here judging one another because that is not what we do. Yes, yes, and yes. Carol said, yep, and she divorced him. Nope. Somebody said yes, yes. Leah said yes. Shirley Berg on Facebook, she said yes. Claretta, she said yes on Facebook. Gotcha. So let me ask you this then. When you think about somebody that needs to control the relationship, when you think about somebody that needs to possess you like a thing, not respect you like a person, but they need to possess you like a thing, something that they own. Why is it that people like that panic when you need some independence in a relationship? I'm gonna ask again. When you have people that like to control, what is it about that makes them panic? Because you want some individuality in your relationship. Somebody said there's fear and they insecure, right? Unhealthy attachment style, loss of self-power. I see that. I saw you yep, insecurities. I see that a lot, right? I see you smile at DMC. She said insecurities, their own insecurities. Renee Miller on Facebook said her ex-husband. ZT Hill on YouTube said insecurity. Gotcha. Janet Moore, Facebook, you losing control. They don't have control anymore. They're insecurities. Absolutely. Nikki said past cheating. So they worried about if you are going independent, they think you're going to cheat. They feel they lose your weakness. I see insecurities. Their lack of insecurity. I see that. I see that. Electric 68 years. I see you. Insecurity. That's right. That's why they panic. And I'm sure that somebody on here is dealing with this right now. And that's why I like to talk about it out loud. You have to recognize when you're in these toxic ass relationships and how you're being treated, and you don't get in there and get caught up in it. That's right. Laura on Facebook said it. It's a dangerous situation to be in when somebody wants possession of you and they've either had it for a moment. And as soon as you start trying some individuality, that's a problem for them. That's a problem, right? TikTok, y'all keep tapping the screen, keep sharing this thing out. Let me ask you this. Then when we think about that whole possession piece, can someone actually love you and still try to control you? I'm going to ask again. Can somebody actually love you and still try to control you? Do you believe that that's possible? I see yes. I see no. 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 I'm seeing no. Betty J on Facebook, she said nope. Right? Dodie said you need to recognize it and someone in themselves and plan your exit. I see no. She'll say she don't think so on TikTok. If somebody can love you and still try to control you, I see yes. I see yes. I'm seeing no. So it seems like we got a mixed bag. Somebody said, yep, absolutely. They had it twice. I'm looking at no. Right? So if that's the case, when you think about someone, if you say somebody can love you and they can actually still control you, right? They can love you and still control you. Then in that case, is jealousy proof of love or insecurity? Right? When you think about jealousy, right? Is jealousy proof of love or is it proof of insecurity? Somebody said that's not love. Neither. They say it's insecure. I see both. Is insecurity. I'm looking at that. Key King, I see your insecurity on Facebook. I see your Pastor Quinn. Yep. She's saying insecurity. They say that's not love at all. Insecurity. That's right. That's right. That's right. Insecure. Answers to both questions are no. Okay. Gotcha. Proof of insecurity is jealousy is their love for you and toxic. Okay. Yes, they can love you, Esther says. However, insecurity and jealousy contributes to control. Yep. I'm with you so far. I am with you so far. So far, I love that, y'all, answering the questions and you being honest about it. That's what I'm talking about. So listen, when you think about that, if you're in a toxic relationship and you're in some relationship with someone where people are controlling you, right? or they need to be in control. How important, or is it important, is individuality in relationships important? When you're thinking about your person, right? Because we already discussed the difference between a partner and a person. Is individuality, is it important? Thank you, Nodella. Is individuality important in relationships? Dr. Anna said, yes, very important. Autonomy is essential. You're absolutely right, Roxanne. Is essential, very. Janet Moore on Facebook, I see you. Yes, yes. All right, I'm looking at you. Yes, very important. Yolanda said, you think so? You're not really sure, Yolanda, on Facebook? Right? Yes, because you still need to be your own. So let me ask you this. When you have two imperfect people, because that's all relationships are, right? They are two imperfect people trying to come together to make as perfect of a union as you can. You two are already individuals before you come into the relationship, right? But then you come into the relationship, and what happens? People start to pull back on their individuality. And why is that? Why do we do that? Why do we stop being the person that we are and become something else? Tell me, why is that? Why do we do that? Why do you come out here? You're a whole leader. You're a whole king and queen out here. You grinding, you making shit happen. You're doing exactly what you need to do. You have a great sense of self. But all of a sudden, we get with this other person. Why do we lose who we are? People said trying to please, right? Ethics and beliefs. Yolanda on Facebook said, because you want to impress that person. Chosen One said you need to heal on TikTok, right? Not only but trying to be that snuff you out individual. That's right. Correct. Now, we're not saying a perfect relationship. I don't believe that there are perfect relationships. What I'm saying is that we all are imperfect. But what you try to do is get with your person, and you try to make as perfect of a union as you can, right? I see people saying fear of rejection. That's why you end up losing. So that's why so many relationships come together and somebody in the relationship loses their sense of self. And this is what we can't do in relationships, because I'm telling you, later on, what happens is that because you lose your sense of self, you start to regret that person that you're with, because you start to notice all the things you're doing to make them enjoy the relationship. They on the other side having a damn ball. They on the other side having a damn ball. You suffering every day because you have literally become a small percentage of who you actually are as an individual. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. We can't keep doing that in relationship. Angela on Facebook said it best. You will regret the relationship. You absolutely will regret it, right? Desi says she's done that many times. That's right, Desi. You cannot lose yourself in a relationship. Yes, you are supposed to cooperate. If you want to try to make it work, we all have to do what you have to relent in some areas, but you cannot lose who you are in order to make a relationship work. If you have to become something different than you are in order to make the relationship work, that is not your person. That is a partner, is what that is. Let me move on. Your person is going to require emotional exposure. So finding your person sounds absolutely amazing. I love to hear people talk about that they found their person. They're looking for their person. But finding your person sounds beautiful until you realize being with your person is going to require vulnerability. So your person is going to force you to do a couple of things. Communicate honestly, heal properly, stop pretending, stop running, confronting your triggers, being emotionally available. A lot of people want deep love without deep honesty. Ooh, now y'all know that'll preach. I said a lot of people want deep love without deep honesty. That's like wanting muscles, but you don't want to lift weights. What kind of BS is that? Right? So here's some questions I want to ask you. Why are people so afraid to be emotionally vulnerable? I'm gonna ask again. Why are people so afraid to be emotionally vulnerable, but you want your person? Tell me why. Fear, right? I see fear, right? Rejection, fear. I see repeating patterns. Tell me why. Scared of being hurt, rejection, because it can be weaponized, right? Judgment starts. They don't want to get rejected. I see you. Taken advantage of, afraid of being hurt. Pastor Quinn said some don't know how. Again, why are people so afraid to be emotionally vulnerable? Fear of being used and look weak, Dave said. I see you. Abandonment, transparency and judgment on Facebook. Sean said hard to recover afterwards. Man, past trauma, right? Maybe embarrassed. Those on TikTok, keep tapping the screen and keep sharing it out for me. I appreciate it. Afraid to be hurt, rejection. I see you on Facebook. Sheila Tukes, I see you. Past experience, trauma, hurt, inconsistency. Rachel White on YouTube. Exactly. But here's my thing. How can you possibly connect with anyone? How can you possibly connect with your person if you're not willing to be just a little vulnerable? We all have to take that chance, do we not? Don't worry, we're going to circle back to that. Have you ever sabotaged a good relationship because it actually felt too real? You ever been in a relationship and you like, damn, everything is good. Something has got to be wrong. You ever sabotage a relationship because it felt too real? I see, yup. Leah said, no. Leah said she waiting on it. No, okay, yes. I see yeses and nos. You right, Vanessa on Facebook. She says some people don't know how to be emotionally vulnerable. You're absolutely right. That requires some work, right? Absolutely. Dana, don't cover your eyes. Listen, it seems like it must have happened to you. You say you didn't, but your husband did. Yolanda did on Facebook. Sister Brown, I said, no, she's still waiting. Sonia said she's dealing with it right now and you holding on. Don't sabotage a good relationship, Sonia. If you know it's a good relationship, sister, I get it. I say this all the time. Guys, when you have been through hell and back with relationship after relationship, when you have been through hell and back, and all of a sudden you get someone, they are emotionally intelligent. They are vulnerable. They listen. They pour into you. They're not expecting nothing from you. They doing whatever they need to do to take care of you. It's going to always feel suspicious. It naturally feels suspicious because you are nothing more than a summation of your past experiences. So all you can reach out from a reference material is your past experiences. And if they have been consistently negative, if you've been consistently hurt, that's the only frame of reference you have. So now, as soon as you run into that good man, as soon as you run into that good sister that's pouring into you, yes, it feels suspicious, but it does not mean that it's wrong. What you need to do at those times is you have to reflect. You have to look at the man or the woman in the mirror, and you got to be honest with yourself. Here's some things that I know I need to work on. Right? That's right. Quiet Storm. She said, oh, it's too good to be true. And that could actually be the person that God prepared for you, right? So let me digress. Is emotional availability harder than physical intimacy? Come on now, let's talk about it. Is emotional availability harder than physical intimacy? I want you to think about this thing because y'all know last week I actually asked this question, but I asked it in reverse. And I was surprised at some of y'all answers if you want to know the truth. Everybody said yes. Somebody said hell yeah on TikTok. Betty on Facebook said yes, it is. Yeah, we talking deep, Juvenator. We're going to do this. That's right. You're right. Marisol said amen. Is emotional availability harder than physical intimacy? Somebody said not for them. Okay, good for you. I see yes. Dina Marie, yes. Angela said no, they hand in hand. I'm going to be honest with you. People can give away their body very easily. but they will not share their feelings. Y'all just told me that when I asked you about being vulnerable. We just talked about why people are so afraid to be emotionally vulnerable. And we gave all these big reasons. They are two very different things. But again, you're still sharing, you're still intimate, Roxanne, you're still intimate, right? You have sexual intimacy or physical intimacy, and you have emotional intimacy. They're both intimacies. But my question was, is it harder to be emotional, being emotionally available with someone than it is physical intimacy? And it is typically tougher for most people to share their feelings and share their emotions than it is to share their body. Now, don't get me wrong, Cynthia on Facebook says she's actually the opposite way, right? And I get that. But for the most part, people out here having sex all willy-nilly with everybody. Everybody out here getting it up. Everybody trying to get some sugar, but you won't share what hurt you in the past. You won't share what triggers you're still working on. You won't share your heart with anybody. So when I ask about emotional availability being harder, what does emotional safety look like to you then? What exactly does emotional safety look like? If that's the case, especially for some of you that said you ain't got no problem with it, tell me what emotional safety looks like to you. Lori on Facebook say emotional availability is hard in my opinion because people don't understand what it is. You're right. You're right. In physical intimacy, Lori, you're right. People just give it away. So what does emotional safety look like to you guys? Angela Osborne on Facebook, she said transparency. That's what it looks like to her. Makai said being intentional. Got to have trust. I got you. True bonding. What does emotional safety look like to you? Communication and understanding, Janet said on Facebook. Marisol said, ain't no sexual happening. Jacqueline on TikTok, she said honesty. Carolyn said, when someone protects your heart and vulnerability, absolutely being comfortable. Summer Plus said, hearing you. Okay, thank you. Quiet Storm said, being yourself. Rika, accountability. Okay. Key King said, clarity. I love it on Facebook. Accountable, Carol said. Rika said, accountability, same thing. Stability and consistency. I love it. Someone who's willing to communicate open and honest, smiling. DMC said on TikTok. Cynthia said, being at peace. Raquel said, claim. That's on Facebook. Calm. You mean calm on Facebook? Gotcha. Emotional safety is being open, honest, and vulnerable. That's what Risa said on Facebook. Good. So can somebody then, when we talk about this emotional availability, this emotional safety, can somebody truly love you if they don't know the real you? I'm going to ask the question again. Can somebody truly love you and they don't know the real you? Those on TikTok, go ahead, keep tapping the screen, keep sharing it out. Can somebody truly love you if they don't know the real you? I see no, right? I can share information with you knowing it won't be repeated. Gotcha. I got you on that. Okay, that's what emotional safety is for you, Wanda. I got you. So can somebody then truly love you if they don't know the real you? Good question. Carol said, how? I'm about to get to that too. Somebody said, nope. I'm seeing nope. Yes, because you wear a mask. Well, Electric 68, are they truly loving you, or are they truly loving that representative that you're showing? Because how can a person truly love you if they don't know the real you? That was my question, is how can a person truly love you if they don't know the real you? They're only loving the representative. They're loving who you're showing them. And so what happens is that you can only keep up that facade for so long. Then eventually the real love, the real you starts to show up, right? And once the real you shows up, that's not the person that they fell in love with in the first place. Now all of a sudden you're a different person and you're wondering why they don't want to have anything else to do with you, because they literally met somebody else, right? So when you think about that, when I just asked you, can a person really love you on the front end? Can they love you if they don't know the real you? We've all said no, they can't. I just explained the why. So here's my question. When you're thinking about in relationships, what's the part of you that's the hardest to reveal? Tell me what's the part of you that's the hardest to reveal in relationships. Because if a person cannot love you, well, they cannot truly love you if they don't know the real you. What's the hardest part for you to reveal when it comes to relationships? Somebody said, Dr. Lindor, she said her hurts. Okay, I can understand that. Past experiences, past experience, anger, hurt on TikTok. I see it. Come on, Facebook. Y'all tell me. What's the part of you when you think of when you're having these relationships? What's the part of you that's the hardest to reveal? Sister Brown asked her softer side. Deborah says abandonment, hurt, abandonment. I'm seeing that. Shano said fear. Fear of what, though? Fear of what? Fears. Y'all keep saying fears. What are your fears? Somebody said they're triggers. Nisi said her triggers. I got you. Hurt. My quietness. I don't talk when I should. Renita said on Facebook. Past trauma and pain. My self-doubts. Pain from past. Commitment. I see hurt. Past hurt. The sensitive side. Vulnerability. Past hurt. The pains of the past. Pastor Quinn said, until you feel safe enough to share hurt. I got you. I see desires, mental health, my unredeemed humanity. Okay. So now here's my other question. Y'all know I'm finna go back in time a little bit. I remember asking you guys one time only. No, not one time only, but I asked you all at one point, when you meet somebody new and that person starts to ask you about your past. And I said, you all should share, be okay with being a little vulnerable in sharing your past, so that person doesn't mistakenly fall on landmines and activate your triggers. Boy, y'all tried to eat me up. I'm not sharing. And yet, I just explained to you that a person cannot love you, not the true you, if he does not or she does not know you. How can they truly love you if they don't know you? And if you just told me that you got parts of yourself that it's hard for you to reveal in a relationship, tell me how a person can meet you, start to get involved with you, start to get to know you, only to find out later on that you're not the person that you revealed to them in the first place. You can share over time. I agree. I'm not saying throw up on a person. But what I am saying is that you need to be transparent enough to say, hey, listen, I have a few things I'm working on. I have a few triggers that I'm working on. I have a few things. I've been hurt a couple of times on some areas. You have got to be open enough to be honest enough with somebody. And a lot of you all are having issues with developing relationships because you just will not. You refuse to open your mouth, and you have yet to see that a lot of it is because you won't share. You're afraid to be a little bit vulnerable. We all run the risk. Relationships are a risk. They all are a risk. You all have to be willing to be just a little vulnerable in relationships. Everybody keeps saying you got to feel comfortable. But my question is that how long does that take? How long do you have to be with a person for somebody to say, for you to say you comfortable? If you got a person that's pouring into you, they're already healed, they've done the work, they're healing, they're transparent, they're trying to pour into you, but you're waiting on them to feel comfortable in order to be honest with that individual. How long are they supposed to wait? How long are they supposed to wait? And then you wonder why you still continue to not have these relationships. I don't know how long y'all expecting people to wait, but I'm telling you, in this day and age, if you ain't learned enough about dating, people don't have a lot of patience. People don't have a lot of patience. And that's why I say, when you get to a certain age, you know what the hell you want. You know what the hell you need. Quit bullshit. Stop it. You will not have this conversation. You don't want to tell nobody what's going on with you, and then you want the ass to figure it out. People ain't got time for that. People does not have time for that. Y'all, we're getting too old to be out here playing. Ain't nobody gonna wait on you no year to tell them how you truly feel, what you went through in your childhood, what you got going on, why it's hard for you to trust somebody. People ain't finna run up behind you like that. You ain't nobody's child. You supposed to be grown. Y'all need to open your damn mouth. We're gonna move on because y'all know I'm gonna keep rolling. Okay, anyway, right? So we talked about, now we're finna go into now the difference between chemistry and alignment, right? We know that chemistry can recreate attraction, and alignment is what creates sustainability, right? Chemistry can say, oh, we a vibe. You know how y'all say, man, we got a good vibe. We vibing right now. But alignment, when a person says, we actually move through life very similarly. See, chemistry can bring y'all together. Alignment, though, is what's going to determine if y'all know how to survive, if y'all gonna be able to survive pressure. You have to be aligned with a person. You just can't be vibing with them if you're trying to have a real relationship. Because eventually, what happens when you have chemistry? Beauty changes, sex fluctuates, money is going to shift, stress is definitely coming. It ain't a matter if, it's when. And then what happens? Life starts lifing. And then what? What happens? What happens when you only got chemistry with somebody and life starts lifing? Then what? Right? So have you ever had strong chemistry with somebody, but you could never build with them? Think about that for a moment. Have you ever had strong chemistry with somebody, but you realize that you could not build with them? Yes, yes. Absolutely. That's right. That's right, Betty. On Facebook, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose them. Yes, on TikTok. I see you. Right. A lot of you have had these relationships with individuals. You're like, man, we had such good chemistry. But you knew good and damn well you could not have a long-term relationship with them. Why is that? You know why? Because you were not aligned. You just had good chemistry. TikTok, y'all keep tapping, keep sharing it out. Y'all ever had the bomb sex with somebody? I'm talking about when y'all get together sexually, it is on fire. And that's not even F-I-R-E, that's F-Y-E. Y'all ever had that kind of sex with somebody where you had 5 sex with them, but they weren't worth a damn? Have you ever been in a relationship like that where y'all just had all kinds of great sex? They weren't really worth a damn. You knew that y'all had nothing more than just that physical attraction. That's chemistry. Y'all had a wonderful physical chemistry, but you were not aligned. So guess what happens? The sex gets old. All of a sudden, at some point, it starts getting stale. It ain't worth it because you're not aligned. It's just the chemistry, right? I mean, just with TikTok real quick. Boom. All right. So in essence, when you think about this, right? So what actually creates long-term compatibility in relationships? What is it in relationships, Dan, that makes it long-term? What creates long-term compatibility? Marisol, you say, oh, no, it ain't never happened. Well, good for you. P-Dog say she had both with her husband. Absolutely. What creates long-term compatibility then, guys? Right? Communication, consistency. I see God on TikTok. Dodie said communication on TikTok. T. Hockaday said the sex was hidden, but the alignment was garbage. That's right. Absolutely. Y'all had great sexual chemistry, and that's it. Dina Marie said got old quick. That's right. Again, guys, what creates long-term compatibility? I see respect, genuine friendship, supportive, honesty, communication. Great. What's that? Janine on Facebook, she said God. Laura said chemistry, good communication. Right. Must be aligned. You're right, Karen. That's what I'm talking about. Accountability and honesty, trust and reciprocity, loyal, open communication. I love it. God's girl Cecilia said, continue to show up daily and be transparent. Respect and friendship, God-centered, willingness, be friends first and able to discuss anything. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I asked y'all a minute ago about sex being bomb. So then in essence, I'm sure you all believe that having sexual chemistry with someone will literally blind you emotionally. Would y'all agree? Like sometimes the sex can be so absolutely amazing that emotionally you are blinded, right? Because you're thinking with the wrong part of your body and you're misaligning it, right? With what you really feel for that person, right? It's not what you think it is, right? So sexual chemistry can blind you. Somebody, Roxanne on TikTok said, dims your discernment. I like that. It dims your discernment. You're absolutely right. So how important then? Remember, we're still talking about the importance of being aligned versus having chemistry with somebody. How important are shared values in relationships? How important are shared values in relationships? Right? See, you could pay bills well, but y'all could not have the same values at all. Y'all could both make plenty of money, but have a damn near off value system. Your systems don't align, right? If somebody believes in family values and somebody doesn't give a damn about their family, you are not aligned. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Your shared values. That's right. They are extremely important. Latanya on Facebook say very important. Share. Absolutely. It starts in your head before anything else. You're right. That's right. So can love then, when you think about love, we talked about chemistry, we talked about alignment. Can love survive without alignment? Do you believe that you could have a loving relationship and not be aligned? TikTok, I see no. Heck no. Stella said no. Quiet Storm said heck no. Do you believe that love can survive without alignment? Coach I said not for her. Karen said temporarily it can, but it's definitely not long term. No, sir. I see no. Janice said on Facebook, no. Right? Nope. Nope. That's right. Nope. I'm looking at that. Not at all on Facebook. I got you. Cool. So some people want their person, right? But you're actually not ready to be one. Here we go. We're going to talk about it. We're going to keep it going. We're doing good on time. So everybody's asking right now. I hear people say every day, I'm looking for my person. Where is my person? I'm looking for my person. I need my person. Since we already established at the top of the hour that partner versus person, and I told you the difference between the two. And now here we are. We get into the end of this thing and we're talking about everybody wants their person. But the better question is, everybody says they're ready, but here's my question to you that says, those of you that say you're ready for your person, if you found your person today, would they feel safe with you? If you found your person today, would they feel safe with you? Are you healed or healing? Are you honest? Are you emotionally mature? Can you communicate? Can you regulate your emotions? Can you apologize when you know you did wrong? Do you know how to receive love properly? You can't ask for healthy while you're operating in a toxic era. Y'all do know that, right? You cannot ask for healthy relationships while you're operating in toxic, right? So here's my question. Everybody keeps saying, I asked you all those things about if you're healed, if you're honest, if you're emotionally mature, can you communicate? Do you know how to regulate your emotions? Can you apologize? And do you know how to receive love properly? What qualities would make someone safe to love? When you think about your person, what qualities would make you feel safe to love them? What qualities would make a person feel safe to love? Karen said honesty. I see integrity. Danny said honesty. Jill Bernard on Facebook says secure. What does that mean, Jill, when you say that? When I ask about a quality, what quality in them would make you feel secure is my question. If security is important to you, what quality makes you feel secure with a person? Key King said transparency. Cynthia said his integrity on Facebook. Lithonia said respect and honesty on TikTok. David said honesty and communicating. Okay, moving with intention. I see you. And then luckily she said on YouTube, honesty. Hannah says safety. Okay, on Facebook. The ability to communicate. I see on TikTok, honesty, respect, and loyalty, McKnight said, right? What else? I see consistency. Somebody said non-judgmental, perhaps honesty. Okay. Barbara said, ready, set, and let us go. Showing communication, consistent consideration. Evelyn on TikTok said dedication. I like it. Somebody being dedicated. Okay. So here's my question. As you talk about those things that would make you meet somebody and they would make you feel like those things will make you feel that they were safe to love. Cassandra, trustworthiness, vulnerability, and reciprocation. Listen, if those are the things that make you feel safe to love somebody, my question now to you is, are you those things? Are you those things? Did you reciprocate? Are you honest? Are you transparent? Do you provide peace? Are you providing loyalty? Do you provide dedication? Are you being intentional? Are you doing those things? Are you a direct reflection of those core values that you put out? Are those things that you're still working on? There you go. Kay Sassy said, I'm a work in progress. Leah said, I feel I am. Yes, most definitely. Somebody said, nope, I'm still healing. Be honest with yourself. Somebody said, I believe so. No, Ash Will said, Remo said, she not healed. Okay, Pastor said she give everything she want to receive. You say you learn from my teaching. I'm glad. I hope so. Definitely. I got you. Okay. No, I'm still healing. That's right. You got to be honest with yourself. Ula said, yes, she's going to be the good person that she expects you to be. There you go. All right. So what relationship habits are you currently working on? We always healing. We're not healed. We're always healing. We're not healed. We've already talked through this before. You never know where you are in your healing journey until you're tested. True? Till you're in another relationship. But we all know what we need to work on ourselves, right? So what are some things that you're still working on right now? I see trusting, emotional regulation. I like that Sister Brown Eyes on Facebook. Dina Marie said her tone on Facebook. That's what I'm talking about. Good. Be honest with yourself. She Cole on TikTok said effective communication. Stella says she waiting to be tested patiently. Communication and not shutting down. Cherise Merchant on Facebook said, what'd you say? Trusting, right? Okay. Openness. Learn to let someone love me without fear. Carol said on TikTok. I love it. Cheryl comes as you said you're working on communication. There you go, sister. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all have to be honest with yourself and where you are to make sure you do what needs to be done so you can be ready when you meet your person, your patience. Lovely Leah said her mouth and her vulnerability. What said? Arama said matching energy, shrinking to what he wants. So let me ask you this, Dan. If those are things that you're still working on, tell me, how do those unhealed wounds affect you in the dating world? Like, if you know that you're working on these things, tell me how they are affecting you in the dating world. Tell me. Terry Johnson, you said, well, what about me? What are you asking me? What question do you want to ask me? Somebody said I match energy. Okay, you're married. There you go. Triggers. That sometimes those things can be easily triggered. You're right. You're not dating, right? Right. I see somebody, Marisol said, letting love in on Facebook. Right. Renee says she's not dating right now. Ain't nothing wrong. Georgia P says she ain't dating. Jacqueline says she ain't dating. Right. Kay says sometimes she guilty to proving innocent, not dating. Right. Okay. But what I'm saying is that you don't have to be dating to work on relationship habits. See, if you remember, I asked you earlier, what things were you that do you know you still need to work on? What are those things you still need to work on? If you have an issue with trusting, You don't have to necessarily wait till you're dating to work on being trustworthy, right? I often say, if you want to be brave, the Lord doesn't give you bravery in your heart. He puts you in a situation to be brave. So if trust is one of your issues and you go to work, you have to trust people. You have a family that you have to trust. You have to trust that if you got a lawn man coming, that he gonna come and cut when you pay him his money up front. So what I'm saying is you don't have to be in a relationship to test trust or to test a lot of your triggers, but they're going to be tested by something or someone, right? So is self-awareness enough without accountability? And what I'm saying by that is that a lot of you seem to be self-aware. You know what you need to work on. You know where your issues are. You know where you need to focus on. But are you being accountable? Right? Are you being accountable to the things that you need to work on? Right? Thank you for that, Cassandra. Are you being accountable? Y'all keep tapping the screen, keep sharing it down on TikTok. Right? Are you being accountable to those things? Danny said no. And that's what I'm saying. If you know, right? I say self-awareness is not enough without accountability. You can know that your mouth, you like to pop off at the mouth. You can know that. You're self-aware of that. But what are you working to try to change that? What are you doing to try to change that? Consuelo said accountability it absolutely is very important, right? You can know what's wrong, but if you're not being accountable for it, it ain't worth a damn. You got to be accountable for your own actions. You got to be accountable for the things that you do and the person that you are. That's the only way you can actually be becoming the better person, right? You got to be open-minded to it. Like Carol said, absolutely. So in real life, in real time, what does emotional maturity really look like? What does emotional maturity really look like to you? What does that look like? Think about it. What does emotional maturity really, really look like to you? Somebody said me. All right. I got you. All right. What does emotional maturity look like? Think about it. Right? Progression, right? Putting it in action. That's right. Self-awareness. I love it on TikTok. I see you. Right? Sister Brown, I said controlling my mouth and my emotions. There you go. Absolutely. Somebody say look like accountability to me. That's right. I love it. I love it. Accountability. There we go. That's it. Being accountable, self-control. I love it. Somebody said thinking before you open your mouth. ZT Hill on YouTube. I love it. Growth, Marisol on Facebook. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Well balanced. There we go. There we go. Someone that doesn't shut down when you need to talk about things. I love it. Thank y'all so much on TikTok. Appreciate it. Keep tapping the screen. Keep sharing that thing out. We still got 2 more points we're going to make. And we still on here till 8:30. So let's keep it moving. Growth, apologizing when I'm wrong. I love it. That's right. That's right. So listen, as you're looking for your person, it's one thing I want y'all to remember, and I want you to keep in mind. I need y'all to stop looking for perfection. Stop looking for perfection. None of us are perfect. Your person is not a fantasy character. They're human. But social media will have you believe that your person is supposed to have flawless communication, a perfect body, constant romance, 0 mistakes, and unlimited emotional energy. Y'all know that's not real life, right? Your person could easily have triggers. They could challenge you. That person is going to disagree with you. And your person is going to require patience. Remember, love is not finding the perfect person. It's finding somebody that you consider worth growing with. Before I move from that topic, have some of you all had some unrealistic expectations when it comes to relationships? I'm gonna ask again. Have some of you all had unrealistic expectations when it comes to some relationships? Remember, I said earlier, there is no perfect person, but social media got y'all believing that the perfect individual is out there. Do you believe that some of those expectations, unrealistic expectations, have damaged, have kept you from finding your person? Right? When you think about a person's imperfections, what are some things that are easier to accept if you find the right person? I'm gonna ask again. When you find the right person, tell me, what are some imperfections that are easier for you to accept if you run into the right person? A five goal five, your pop was a wise man. That's right. Everyone is true. You're right, Consuelo, for sure. That's right. Everyone is human. That's right. All of him. What imperfections are easier to accept? Think about it when it comes to the right person. Sweet Tea said they pass. Quiet Storm said they're a smoker. Gwendolyn said they short like her. Tasha said financial. Monty said none for her. She ain't accepting none of them. Him working on it, even if he isn't perfect. All of them. If they're trying to better themselves financially, P-Dog said she'll work. Looks, Stella said nothing. All of them. Poor time management. Their flaws. Keisha said help her find the right person. That's right, Pastor Quinn. They are perfectly imperfect. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Honesty. I see lateness. As long as he's putting in the work, Leah says she's flexible. I love it. Past in their career, Shante said. Janet Moore said their financial status. Lisa said somebody's trying to strive for themselves. Diva said bald. You have an issue with bald brothers? Unable to express themselves, T. Breezy said. Loretta said poor communication. Ula said that he's smoking the tweed, and you have to understand that occasionally because you're a cigar girl. I got you. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Honest, loyal, caring, family oriented. That's all they care about. That's right. Absolutely, perfectly imperfect. So what matters more then? Perfection or consistency? God's girl said if he got a small penis in his past, she might look over there. All right. So what matters more, perfection or consistency? I see consistency. See consistency on TikTok. Consistency. I love it. I love it. I see it. I see it. Consistency, physicality. Oh, that was okay. That was one of the imperfections. Consistency, most definitely. So when you think about relationships, are people leaving them too quick then? Are people leaving them too quick before they even realize the depth of the relationship? Right? Mike, yeah. Are people leaving too quickly? Yeah. They jumping out too quickly before they even get a chance to invest, investigate in it. You know why? Because a lot of times it's because we're expecting perfection in a relationship and not willing to do the work. We're expecting something that's not there. We're moving off of chemistry and not alignment. All right. Here's the final thing I want to ask y'all. So what are you really looking for? When you think about, for those of you that are looking to start dating, or those that you haven't dated in a while and you think you're finna jump back out there, those of you recently divorced, any of those things, what are you really looking for? Are you looking for companionship? Is it security? Is it sex? Is it emotional support? Is it financial help? Consistency, or somebody to build with? If you're looking at any of that, all of that is okay. All of that is okay. But I want you to call it what it is, because your person, that's different. That's the person where peace is going to exist, honesty, emotional safety, growth, mutual effort, friendship, attraction, accountability is going to all exist. Not perfection. Not perfection. What you're going to get, though, is alignment. You're going to get alignment. Not perfection, but you're going to get alignment. So when you think about everything we talked about, what exactly does your person now mean to you? today? When you say you want your person, what does that mean to you now? Life partner, friend, communicator, builder. Somebody said everything. That's right. You're not looking for perfection, right? We're looking for alignment. Someone on the same age. Family is important. Desi said, yes, I want alignment. Rita says her person is her safe space on Facebook. Priscilla on Facebook said friendship. Melissa said the man God has for me, alignment. Melissa, but I made a video the other day. I know we be waiting on God, but make sure you're doing the work to prepare yourself for that person when it shows up. I see Candace. I see kindness. I see companionship. My all. Okay, alignment. All right, got you. So at this point, when you think about where you are, have you been dating intentionally or have you been emotionally reacting? Have you been dating intentionally or have you been emotionally reacting? Think about it. Have you been dating intentionally or have you been emotionally reacting? Neither. Right. I got it. Not dating. Okay. I'm foundational, emotionally. Okay. Got you. That's right. I see intentional. Right. I see intentional. That's right. I love it. Emotionally. Somebody said they've been emotionally dating. That's what I'm saying. You have to be honest on where you are. Right. So now, with the current, I got two more questions, guys. Two more questions I got to know. Would the current version of you attract healthy love right now? When you think about the person you are and where you are, and we talked about all the things that you need to be and you need to work on, and all the things you told me that you're working on, would the current version of you attract a healthy love? I see yes. I see absolutely. No, I'm seeing no. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Be honest with yourself. No. That means those of you that are saying no, you got some work. Somebody said yes, most definitely. I think that was Dr. Anna. Yes, no, still working on trust issues. Yep. There you go. Put in the work. Lisa Golden on Facebook said, yes, I believe so. Janice said she ready and healing. Nick said, hell yeah. Okay. 1,000%. Shantae said, all right, on Facebook. I love it. Bro McKnight said, no, he got work to do. All right. So then my last question is, are you truly ready for your person? Or are you really just tired of being alone? Are you truly ready for that person to come into your life and be the things that you need to be? But also that person coming into your life, exposing some things in you that you need to address. Are you truly ready for your person? Or are you just tired of being alone? People say they ready. Peace in the space. Okay, Slashes on YouTube say she ready. Carol says she ready. McKnight say you ready. Evelyn on TikTok says she ready. Somebody said they ready for their person and they tired of being alone. So listen, maybe the problem isn't that love don't exist. We talked about a lot today. Maybe the problem is that people trying to be chosen before they becoming emotionally prepared for what a real connection requires in the first place. I want you to stop chasing attention if you've been chasing attention. I need you to stop chasing validation if that's what you've been chasing. I want you to stop chasing temporary feelings if that's what you've been doing. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to start asking yourself this every time you think about delving into relationship world. Ask yourself this: am I looking for just somebody or anybody to help carry life, or am I truly ready for my person like I asked earlier, right? Am I just looking for somebody to help me in life, or am I truly ready for my person? Listen, if we hit you different tonight, that's good because that's what we're supposed to do, right? That means that if you realize that after this live, you got some work to do, we got some deeper work to do. Y'all know what to do. I say it on every video. Hit the website at dlouisv.com. Get with me on coaching. Let me help get you to where you need to get to, okay? Listen, thank y'all for showing up on the live tonight. Thank y'all for hanging in here with me. I had a lot to talk about tonight. I wanted to make sure y'all get this information. Y'all know I work hard to make sure you get the real and make sure you got exactly what you need. Jackie, you said I got you thinking. Then I did my job tonight. I'm glad you all enjoyed the discussion. Listen, we got some good stuff happening. For those of you that are planning on doing the meet and greet in Memphis, tomorrow we're going to drop the registration out. We're going to drop the registration out. For those of you that are in the grown folks group, that group has grown like crazy. We're over 18,000 now. It's amazing. We're going to drop the registration out for those of you that are ready to show up and be there for the get together. We are going to have a fabulous time. We're going to do grown folks conversation in person. We're doing a party bus. We're going to be down on Bill. We're doing all kinds of stuff, right? Yes, Liz, I'm going to go live when we're in Memphis, when we're there for the meet and greet. So we're going to go live. But for those of us that are going to be in the room there with me, that are going to register and come down, then bam, we're going to have a good time. Yes, P-Dog, we're going to go down on Beale Street one night. Grown folks going to hit Beale. Grown folks going to do a party bus. We're going to do it all. We're going to put the registration out tomorrow. Again, if you all are not in the grown folks group on Facebook, y'all need to join it. For those men that are on here tonight, men, I still need some of you to message me so I can go ahead and put together this men's panel for us to have, because I want a panel of about 5 to 6 guys, and we're going to have it going on. We're going to be ready, okay? Listen, I appreciate y'all. After we do the Memphis meet and greet, which we're doing the weekend of August the 7th, after that, who knows? Looks like we might end up in Houston next, Dallas, Atlanta, Orlando. Like the numbers are growing like crazy. So I will definitely let you all know when it's time. Again, if y'all have questions, continued questions, y'all know how to message me, get at me. And listen, for those of you that keep saying I'm getting messages from somebody, I keep telling you I only have one page. If up under grown folks conversation on that page, anybody can use that terminology. Anybody can use the X. Anybody can use any of that. The scammers can take my pictures. What they cannot use is the @the Louis V. If it does not say @the Louis V under that name, under grown folks conversation, that is not me. And if you're messaging that person, that's not me. I don't message anyone. I don't message you from another app. I'm not asking you to do crypto. I'm not asking you to do finance. We're not engaged. We're not hanging out. I'm not doing any of that stuff. All you do is need to block them and report them. I do the exact same thing. We have now reported over 330 scam pages. And I hate that for you guys, because after the live tonight, y'all gonna have a lot of people in your inbox trying to scam you. Remember, it's not me. If it does not say @the Louis V, that is not me. So remember that. All you got to do is block them and keep on moving, because I know y'all probably getting messages now. I get a lot of reports every day, and I appreciate y'all continuing to report. Just know I get them and I report them. I block them. I do what I can. But they're going to keep coming, because they're not going to stop them from doing it. I think it's doing something good for TikTok on the other side, if you want to know the truth. I don't know. But listen, thank you so much again for the continued support. I'm going to keep dropping these videos. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do. That's right. That's right. Yes, right. They may take, Pastor Quinn said that I didn't see people do @the Louis V with a number 1. They're going to do everything. Thank you for that, Shell. I appreciate it. They're going to do anything to try to look as similar to me as they can, but it's not. It's not me, right? I'm glad. Hey, Tim, I'm glad you did. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sister. I'm on here every Monday night at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right? Well, the point is, on the scam side, is what happens is that if they can convince you to follow their page, and then they start messaging you, the next thing you know, they start to ask you for money, or they're asking you to do something with them. And that's not me. All right. So y'all be careful on those scam pages. I do like the fact that a lot of y'all are asking me, is this the real page, this, that, and other? Listen, first off, if they ain't got over 81,000 followers, it's not me. Right? If they don't have over 81,000 followers, it's not me. If they're not @the Louis V, it's not me. For those on Facebook, again, I use my professional page, Louis Vick. All you got to do is check the followers. That's like 7. I think we had 76, 78,000 followers. If it's not that many followers, that's not me. Betty, if you need the coaching, I just want you to go to thelouisv.com. go to the website. All you have to do is go and purchase the 1 hour coaching, and then it allows you to schedule a time on my calendar, and we can go ahead and get some coaching for you. Okay. You, Keisha, I saw you said the same thing. That's all you got to do is you can message me directly. If you message me directly, I'll just send you the link to the website. You can go ahead and register, right? I got you. Okay, David, I got you, bro. I see you want to join the panel. I appreciate you. I got you down. Yep. I appreciate you all. Thank y'all so much again. Good conversation tonight. Thank y'all for jumping out. On TikTok, it's at the Louis V on TikTok. If it does not say at the Louis V, it is not me. Tamika, you just getting here. You missed the whole damn thing. Where you been? Right. I appreciate you all again. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for continuing to follow. And y'all be safe the rest of this week. We got a short week, right? We got a short week. So y'all enjoy your week. As always, much love. I'll drop a video tomorrow. Louis V out. Quiet Storm. Yeah, you can purchase the book. Go to thelouisv.com, and all my books are there. All the audio books are there. The audio stories are there. All those things are there. Michelle, you ain't got to rub it in because y'all on summer break. Yep. Good night, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me log off on Facebook and